Let's move on to your guy, Vivek. I don't know why he's your guy, but I'm calling him that right now for the purpose of this segment.
It's a little racist.
Are you suggesting that you're an Indian American?
I think it's because he's rapping that you think I might like him or something.
Oh, okay. That's your prejudice at work, Eric. So Vivek, I just thought this was hilarious, and I hadn't seen it until today. But Vivek Ramaswamy is rapping "Lose Yourself," I believe it is. Let's take a look.
Now the clock's run out, time's up, over, plow, snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity, oh, there goes gravity. He's so mad, but he won't give up. He don't have to, he knows he's so mad, he's so mad, he's so mad, he's so sad, he goes back to this mobile home. That's when it's back to the lab again. Open soul rap, so you better go capture this moment. I hope it don't catch you. Lose yourself in the music, the moment.
I mean, that's a solid 30 seconds for Vivek off the top, knowing all the lyrics. Are you impressed? Or is he co-opting, white society and my people?
Well, this is top tier pandering, right? I don't know who it's for. I guess he's now pandering.
I don't know where it is.
He's now pandering to white people who are very eager to prove they're not racist, so they like Eminem. And I will say, look, it's a complete mess, and I like Vivek Ramaswamy for the fact that he is putting the screws to Ron DeSantis, or Rob, as some might call him. But obviously it's very hard. It's you would be an absolute most trust any politician. But he is, I guess, the lesser of a couple evils at this particular point. And but without, I'm undecided on Ramaswamy, right? Like, I saw him live at the VT headquarters, and it's all very good. Like, it's all very, like, he clearly has his finger on the pulse of the culture and what people are actually thinking. But it's just, I've become so jaded, and we've become so far away from, like, any of these people being remotely trustworthy that, look, bro, I just like Donald Trump. I don't know. I think he's funny. Like, Vivek is fun for him, but he doesn't have any one-liners. He's got no zingers, bro. He's like that. Like, Donald Trump would obviously never do that. But Donald Trump has his own lane, right? Like, he's funny. Vivek can talk on stage for 2 hours, and we're not getting one joke cracked. Like, that was the entertainment factor for him. And excuse me, I want to say this. That was the beginning of the end of Eminem's career. I never liked that stupid song. Not from day one. He had 2 good albums at the very beginning. Was it Slim Shady or Marshall Mathers? 2 good albums. That song was not on either one of them. That was the one that took mega stardom, and nothing else after was ever good.
Wow. If somebody, this is an Iowa fair, by the way.
Name another good song. First of all, I want to go on record. You can mark the date. I never liked that song. Never enjoyed it once. I don't rap it. Spaghetti, or whatever happens. But name one good song that he came out with after that.
Sure. Cold Wind Blows, and in most of the Relapse album. He's got newer songs that are good too, off of Kamikaze, off of Music to Be Murdered By. This is just an hour-long argument, Eric, for us to have one day.
Talking about Trump, I get too flustered in my head, and the shit that I want to say, there's too many things I want to say at once. So sometimes I start talking and I'm not able to convey the message the right way because I just get flustered and frustrated. Watching him play to his base that thinks that he cares about them, and it's actually the people that he cares about the fucking least. If you're talking about his core being, a majority white middle class, what I don't understand is how in the fuck do you feel like you relate to a billionaire who has never known struggle his entire fucking life? I will say this, he talks a good one. And if you're in his base, you're a core, let's say you're going to the rallies or whatever, you watch him on TV, you hear him talking this shit. There's part of me that understands, like, all right, he's somehow still got them because he's brainwashing them into thinking that something great is gonna happen. Nothing's happening. Nothing is happening. I don't know, man. I get really flustered when I talk about it.
So he's pretty triggered. I think he's got a point there where he says nothing's happened, but his nothing happened isn't the reality of what I mean. Border encounters went way down, wages went way up, employment went way up. All these things actually did happen. Money from China came back, trade deals went up, et cetera, got people in NATO to pay. All these things you could point to. I think what he thinks he's saying is, the whole system didn't change because Trump came in. And I mean, that's because they stop him. I think it's anyone who actually looks into things should be able to objectively point out, I feel, that things are in a better direction with Trump in terms of government control over your life, corruption in terms of what the news media gets away with and what the government gets away with, and overall how much money is made by the common person and keeping prices down. But at the same time, when he's saying, how does this guy get on stage and continuously convince people that they have something in common with a billionaire? That's you, Eminem. When you go on stage and you sing Lose Yourself, for example, yes, it's based on stuff you've experienced in your life, but you've been a very wealthy man for at least 20 years now. And if you're going to go on stage
30,
or on
closer to 30, right? Closer to 30. Dude,
he came out in 99.
Okay, fine. Fair enough.
And you have to imagine the money takes a bit of time to start rolling in.
All right,
So when you come on here and you're just like, I don't understand it, how are you going to come on camera and be like, I don't understand how anyone can relate to this billionaire, when you're coming out saying, I don't understand how anyone can relate to this billionaire? How come you don't believe me, you guys? I've only got hundreds of millions of dollars and have a song about how my house has an elevator in it. That's what doesn't make sense to me. He doesn't see that the media manipulates other people, such as himself, into thinking that something's worse than it actually is, even though they did that to him, and even though he's in the position now where he has to try to relate to people, being probably close to a billionaire, Dr. Dre's a billionaire, etc.
Look, bro, he's obviously, I think what he's trying to do in that clip is he's trying to slow walk back his beat. But Orange Man bad, so he's like, okay, I still don't like him, but maybe it's not quite as bad as I thought it was. Like, that's kind of what it feels like he's saying. It's like, dude, the media brainwash, bro. Like, Trump's brainwashing people, the media's brainwashing people. Yeah, bro. When we talk about this brainwashing term that gets thrown around all too often, I think it's fair to say, maybe a decent question for the streets when I would like to get back out there. Who's more likely? Reporter is far more likely to say, I don't agree with this, I don't agree with that, and this could be done better, versus somebody who's going to famously squeak a pig at you for asking one question. Which is more brainwashed to you?
Exactly. And the idea that it's objective, Eric. I didn't grow up in a Republican conservative household in Greensboro, North Carolina or something. I went to where I thought made more sense and had better ideas. It's like saying, like, exactly what you're saying. If he's going to say Trump supporters are brainwashed, of course there's people who say it doesn't matter what Trump does, he's the greatest thing of all time. But this guy made songs.
Which he actually made a joke about that as well, right? Remember this?
Yeah,
joke?
And this guy's made songs about trannies and gays and killing his wife and everything. And now he's not coming out and saying they're pushing transgender stuff and gay people all on your children all the time, and the news is corrupting people and lying to you about stuff. He doesn't come out and say that any time ever. He has in a couple songs kind of said the news media still sucks because but only because they criticized his rapping ability. But instead he focuses on Trump supporters are brainwashed, as opposed to, I don't know, everything else that gets pushed in mainstream society.
Yeah, but does he also sort of have to do this? Because if he didn't, then that very same mob would come after him, because today's standards, today's, cancelable offenses, on.
Turn it up, Jordan.